So, it looks like you want to play MTG. Well, I admire your gusto, but first you need a deck, and before that you actually need to know what kind of commander you're going to play with, and before that you're actually going to need to know what strategies there are to build around. Feeling overwhelmed? Well, literally chill out, because I'm here to help. In this video, we're going to cover 5 popular strategies in Commander, and hopefully come out the other side a bit more educated, and maybe even a bit jazzed to start building. As always, this video is brought to you by the EDH Jank Center, your source for everything Commander and everything Jank. I am your host, Jordan. Now let's dive in. So, I'd like to emphasize that in this video, I'm only covering 5 strategies out of a much larger pool, and if you'd like to know more, you can always check out edhrec.com, where I am a writer sometimes, or maybe I could just make more of these videos. Let me know if you want more of these in the comments. Anyways, let's get to our strats. Our first strategy up today is Aggro. Aggro strategies are pretty self-explanatory. Aggro is short for aggressive or aggression in this context, and it makes total sense. In aggro decks, you want to be going fast. You want to be hitting your opponents early and often with, ideally, a ton of creatures. Although burn decks also exist, and they use instants and sorceries instead. And a tribe, we'll get to what a tribe is later, that are really great for this strategy are goblins. Any of the Krenkos are great examples of just aggro doing aggro things. Goblins, lots of them early and often. Throw in some damage multipliers or anthem effects and you're off to the races, baby. I also want to note that aggro strategies tend to run out of options in hand fast, since you're typically trying to win as fast as possible, so making sure you have enough card draw is a must. And I also want to say, don't feel limited to just mono red if you're wanting to run an aggro build. There are plenty of options that include red and mix in other colors, or that don't run red at all and are really fun. Alright, moving on to our next highlighted strat. This is called Voltron. This is a very simple idea here. We are going to take one creature, usually our commander, and buff it up with equipment, auras, +1/+1 counters, and any and all other buffs, and try to kill our opponents with damage from that one creature. For those of you who don't know, the reason people typically choose their commanders to buff up for this is because in Commander, if an opponent takes 21 combat damage from anyone's commander, they die. No need to deplete 40 life when one swing with lethal commander damage can do the trick, right? Also, fun fact that I didn't know before researching this video, MTG Wiki says that the name Voltron comes from the Japanese animated series Voltron, which features several small robots that combine into one large robot, which I love. I think that's super flavorful and accurate for the strategy. A few notable creatures for this strategy are Ural the Miststalker and Rafik of the Many. Typically, good targets for Voltron strats are creatures that already have some awesome keyword abilities like Hexproof, Trample, and Double Strike. And what I personally love about Voltron strats is that you can build them in any color and color combination. The possibilities are endless, kiddos. Okay, moving on to our third strategy of the day, we're going with tribal decks. I mentioned this a bit earlier, but a tribal strategy involves building your deck around a particular tribe of creatures. Most commonly, you'll find people sporting zombie, goblin, and angel tribal decks, but you can honestly build around so many different creature tribes that it's really fun and expansive, and a very deep pool to get into. In tribal decks, you'll also find cards that synergize with a general strategy. For example, cards like zombies you control get +2/+2 is a staple in tribal decks. This is one of my personal favorite strategies, and I like getting weird with it. There are lots of lesser known tribes that are as of recently getting a lot of support. One of my faves as of recent is Agar the Freezing Flame, which gives giant tribal a huge boost. No pun intended. There are a plethora of options to choose from here, which is also great if you're looking to particularly express yourself in a certain way. And yes, I'd say deck building can be a form of art, or at least a form of expressing yourself, and that's a beautiful thing, baby. So go spread your wings, my little MTG babies. Build a Starfish tribal deck. Do whatever, man. I approve and I support you endlessly. Alright, moving on to Forced Combat. This is another one of my favorite strategies. I have 3 decks currently and another 2 in the works as of the recording of this video, and it's pretty self-explanatory. In Forced Combat, you force your opponents to smack each other in the face. And also you force them to go into combat. Look at that, huh? What a great joke coming at you live from the EDH Joke Center. Anyways, I could talk forever about Forced Combat, but one of my favorite aspects of this strategy is that if you do it right, you can be forcing game interactions that normally wouldn't happen. Because a lot of people in MTG want to just set up their thing and they don't want to really interact or swing out when there's things that are dangerous. You get to play a little bit of Puppet Master, which is incredibly fun, and also, by forcing your opponents to attack each other, you are decreasing life totals pretty fast. Meaning games go quicker, and you can get more games in one night. Even if you lose, I think that's worth it. Also, it can be hard to win when you get down to 1v1s. However, you can check out my deck techs on Cardur and Baloth for ways to smack that last player into oblivion. And just like that, we are almost at the last strat of the day, but before we get into that, guys, if you've been enjoying this primer, consider joining the Patreon. The link is in the description. We've got lots of cool benefits for patrons, including a patron-only Discord that's available to all tiers of my Patreon. It's a really super cute community of MTG nerds like you and me talking about sets, spoilers, cards, deck techs, all that good stuff. And if you're a beginner, it can be a really great place to get to know more people who are into this same game. So if the Discord or any of the other benefits appeal to you, make sure you check out that link in the description. All your support helps me make more videos like this for you guys. All right, moving on to what might be a controversial take, but we're gonna highlight group hug strategies. This is a strategy where you just be nice to your friends. That's it. Maybe have a cheeky win up the sleeve, but it's fun to spread the love around. I know that this strategy tends to get a lot of hate from the MTG community at large because of notorious combo wins that come out of nowhere seemingly, or people just generally having trust issues, I guess. But honestly, I believe that it's a bit unfounded. I think it's refreshing to spread the love around a little bit. And at least in my experience, having everyone draw cards and play extra lands not only helps your friends play their crazy stuff, but it also helps you play your answers to their crazy stuff so that you don't lose to them. Besides that though, this also accelerates gameplay as well as enhances everyone's playing experience by letting them do stuff. And by the way, guys, in case you all forgot, that's what we're all here to do when we play Magic, is hang out, have fun, and do stuff. It is called Magic the Gathering for a reason. And just like that, guys, we are done with today's video. If you liked this content, make sure you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and if you're a beginner, comment down below any questions about the game that you may have. I will try my best to answer them, as will, I hope, all the veteran watchers who watch my channel. Also, did you like this style of video? Would you want to see me break down more strategies? I'm always down there in the comment section interacting with you guys, so come on down and have a chat with me. All right, that is it for me. I will see you guys on the next video.